He cheated throughout the whole relationship. There were multiple women who would message me daily. He'll even pay random girls to accidentally bump into him and flirt with him. Not my proudest moment, but this is my truth. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl S, and I'm here to tell my truth. I know most of you have been seeing what's going on social media and how I'm being dragged left, right, and center. I'm here to clear my name and tell the absolute truth. Most of you know Kofi, also known as K, and I were dating for a little while, but I can confirm that we aren't together anymore. He cheated throughout the whole relationship, and the worst part is finding out through social media. I remember when we first got together, there were multiple women who would message me daily, telling me about him and who he really is. When I confronted him about it, he said they were jealous of me. To be honest, I didn't really think anything of it at first. It was weird, but I believed him up until my best friend Diamond started to have doubts about him. It started to get to me, which led into me also doubting him. One evening, I will never forget this day. Diamond called me and said she can't prove it, but she has a strong feeling that K is cheating on me and has been cheating. She started to say that almost every day. It started to really bother me, so Diamond and I started coming up with different plans, hoping that we'd catch him cheating or doing something shady. So Diamond would sometimes ask her friends to message him just to see how he'd respond. She'd even pay random girls to accidentally bump into him and flirt with him. It didn't work. None of them worked. It's as if he knew what we were up to. Fast forward to January, my birthday trip. Kay surprised my friends and I with a birthday trip to South Africa. And this is the trip that changed everything. Things happened and the truth started to unfold itself. January 3rd, I received a random DM from a random lady asking me about a product I'd posted. She wanted to know if it was worth buying. We became cool. I need you guys to bear that in mind. January 23rd, the day of my trip, Kay called me. He said he's outside. He was taking us to the airport. Well, so I thought. Whole time he had plans on coming to surprise me in South Africa a few days later. Got in the car and he dropped us off. It was me, Thelma, Diana, Abena, and Diamond. We boarded the plane and we landed in South Africa in no time. One thing about me, soon as I land, I'm going to take my little 2-3 hour power nap, and that's exactly what I did. I have then been woken up by a very loud, aggressive commotion going on downstairs. Then I quickly rushed downstairs because it's getting too much now. Soon as I've gotten downstairs, everyone stops. I'm looking around hoping to get some answers, but the girls are also looking at me. The girls look confused, so now I'm even more confused. Diamond has then asked me if I'm okay. I then replied saying yes, but what's going on here? All the shouting, what's all the commotion about? She then grabbed my hands and walked me up the stairs. I'm so confused and I still have not a single answer. Diamonds then told me it's best I stay upstairs. So I asked why, and she said because the girls and her were sorting out my birthday gifts. So at this point I'm thinking, sorting birthday gifts surely doesn't cause that much of a commotion. I know for a fact there's more, but she's not trying to say. And one thing Diamond will do is she's gonna make sure my birthday is extra special and stress-free, and that's probably why she didn't tell me in case it ruined my big day. So the plan was to get ready, go eat, go to the club, and party into my birthday. On our way to the club, I could feel it deep in my spirit that something was off. I shook the feeling off because I didn't want to ruin my big day. We partied, we drank, we had a time. Soon as it was over, we made our way back to our apartment. As we are in the car back, I start to get that feeling again. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt like something bad was going to happen, but I didn't look deeply into it. Shook it off again. Soon as we've gotten out, we walked into the apartment, and I happened to see the cleaner. She could see I was a little drunk, and she told me to stay safe and be careful of the people I'm with. I didn't think anything of it. I just said thank you and kept walking. Soon as we walk in, Diamond can't find some of her belongings, I can't find some of mine, neither can the other girls. At this point, everyone's panicking. My passport is gone and mine is the only one gone. How strange. I made my way down to the reception and happened to bump into the cleaner again. I'm not going to lie, I was looking at her all suspicious. She told me she had access to a camera at the back and I could check it to track down whoever rubbed us. I started feeling a little better at that point. As I was watching the footage, I saw that Abena made an honest mistake and forgot to lock the door. Then we got robbed by some locals. Before I could say thank you, she clicks onto the footage of the previous date. It was almost as if she wanted to show me the other footages purposely. When I tell you, my jaw was to the floor. I couldn't believe what I was seeing and hearing. Turns out my so-called boyfriend was in South Africa the whole time and has been cheating on me with my so-called friend Abena. She had been sneaking out to meet him the whole time. The CCTV camera caught them holding hands and kissing. But that's not the worst part. My best friend Diamond knew the whole time, and that's what caused the commotion on the first night. Turns out Diamond caught my boyfriend Kay and Abena them together, then confronted her about it, and that's what the shouting and arguing was about. At this point, I'm lost for words, couldn't believe it. The cleaner then told me what to do in the morning and how to retrieve back my passport. She also told me that she was pretty sure that my friends possibly had something to do with my passport and the robbery. At this point, I was fuming. I went to confront Abena and she had no shame or guilt. She was talking about how Kay is a cheater, and if I knew who he was, I wouldn't even be surprised. She also said something that I will never forget. She packed her stuff and left, but before leaving, she said she's not the enemy and that the enemy is closer than I thought. I was so angry and confused at the same time. Diamond came and started explaining. Diamond admitted to me that she knew about Kay and Abena. She said that she didn't want to ruin my birthday trip, and that's why she didn't tell me yet. The next morning, we went to report the robbery. That day was so stressful, but the people helped us recover all our stolen items, including my passport. We made it back home safely from the trip. Kay continued calling, but I kept ignoring him. A few weeks later, I received a call from one of my good friends. She told me to check social media. That gives me PTSD till this day. I opened Instagram and Twitter only to see that my face was all over the blogs. I was being dragged like never before, and I didn't understand why. Then I saw it. A picture of my best friend and my so-called boyfriend. They were holding hands, very cozy and comfortable around each other. I read the comment and they were unbearable. One that annoyed me most was someone said I snatched my best friend's boyfriend. They said I was the side chick all along. At this point, Kay was messaging me, my mum, everyone. I couldn't even begin to process what had just happened. Few moments goes by, then I received a call from Abena on a random number. I was shocked. How could she have the nerve to call me after everything she had done? She begins to explain everything. Turns out there was more to the story, and it only went downhill from there. Turns out Abena and Diamond were in secret relationships with Kay, and they both found out about each other. The commotion on the first night was never about me or my birthday. Kay had allegedly told both girls that he had plans of leaving me to settle with them, but when they realized that he was never going to leave me, they came up with a plan to set me up in South Africa. My best friend and my close friend paid locals to steal my watches, jewelry, and passport. Their plan didn't work thanks to the beautiful cleaner God sent to help me. After hearing this, I was pissed all over again. Diamond asked Kay to break up with me, but he kept refusing to do so. Because of this, she created multiple fake pages to hate on me. She posted lies. When it didn't work, she took it a step further. She started sending pictures of her and Kay together to different blog pages. I found out because turns out the woman who messaged about the product I posted was one of the owners of the blog pages. I really didn't want to make this video, but Diamond has been trying to push this narrative about me being the side chick in this for so long. The lies are getting out of hands. It was about time I told the truth. My truth. To be honest, there's a lot more to the story that I had to leave out for legal reasons. Diamond, you will soon hear from my lawyers. And Kay, I have nothing to say to you other than to stop calling my phone. And to my viewers, thank you guys so much for listening to my side, and I hope we can all learn from my experience. Bye guys, see you in my next video.